Hello again, everyone. I'm O'Neil Williams, and welcome to our program. Today on O'Neil Outside, we're going to put in a food plot. You'll learn all about it, all the benefits of it, the things you can expect from it, what you have to do and not do to have a thriving food plot that will help you in your deer hunting this upcoming season. I'll give you all the details, but you have to stay right there because this is O'Neil Outside.
O'Neil Outside is presented by CVA. It's just a better gun.
Now, Travis and I just came into possession of this lease here just last week. Very first thing we did was to do a soil test. Now, when you do these soil tests, it's kind of involved, but that's the way you make the most out of it and not waste your money by putting something in there that's not going to grow, and you need to be able to fertilize it correctly. So you take the soil test all around the pieces of the property. Don't mix that soil with any other food plot or source on the property. You put it in a little bag there for Whitetail Institute, and you send it to them, and you get the soil test back, and you know what you're going to do, as we do today. Now, this has been dormant, and had I been able to get here and own it earlier, or had access to it earlier, I would have already plowed it or had it plowed. But we can make up for that, and we're going to show you those steps today and where you put in your cameras and all that kind of stuff. So you're going to find out about this today and pay close attention. We're going to put in a food plot right here, and the very first thing to do is plow it up.
O'Neil Outside, brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Bill Jordan's Realtree, family, friends, and the outdoors. Loyal pet food for a lifetime. And XGO, the first layer of defense.
I, Jackknife Jed, do leave it my barred rifle to the next thing that finds it. Yours truly, Jackknife Jed. Yes! A CVA Acura!
Are you ready to go grab life by the gills? Maybe take a road trip to a place with no roads. Would you like to make an investment you know will pay off? Then you belong at Bass Pro Shops, where great gear, great prices, and the great outdoors all meet up. Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here.
I feed year-round for this one day. My payoff? The stuff of legends. Record Rack.
Duck hunters go to extraordinary lengths to stay hidden.
Look here, camouflage. If you don't get camouflage and hid, you're not going to do well.
They cannot see you. You have to be a ghost. I'm not paranoid, but I'm close. With the Robertson clan, it's always been Realtree.
We have to have the best camouflage. Trust me. Hey, that's Realtree.
Guys, before your next hunt, 3 letters I want you to remember. XGO. Why? Because temperatures can swing wildly during the day. So pick the XGO base layer that fits your conditions. And if you sweat, it dries quickly and has AG47 silver, so it won't stink. XGO is used by our military in some of the coldest places on earth. It will work for you. Get yours at ProXGO.com. Outdoors. I know you're thinking, O'Neill, you brought out the big guns for this. There's some explanation and there's some adjustments about the food plot. Travis?
Well, you know, this place is kind of unique that we can get a food plot this size and the location of this food plot, because we've got water and good bedding cover all down this side, and it goes down to a creek. All down this side, it goes down to another creek, and then there's a reservoir about a quarter of a mile in that direction.
It's ideal.
It's a perfect area. It's been known to hold good deer in this area around here.
Okay.
So when we got this place, we came in, we found where, and you can see that people have had this plowed up before, and so they kind of did a little bit of the work for us in picking a spot. But just having access to this equipment that we have out here makes it possible for us to easily come in and put one in this size.
Okay.
This will be the biggest one on this place. We're going to actually look for a couple other places to put smaller food plots that we can plow up with the four-wheelers or the gators, pulling the small groundhog plows and stuff like that. It can do the same thing that we're doing right here, just on a smaller scale, and get into places that we can't get this big equipment into.
As a matter of fact, sometimes a small plot is even better. Because the deer can come right in on you. Nobody else is going to hunt it much, except some of these goobers that are using. See, we're getting this done without charge. We leased it, and these guys will get to, they're working on it, which is fair, and then they will get to hunt it also on given days.
Well, that's why I said I can plow up some food plots with the gator, because I'm gonna have a couple that nobody knows about.
All right, so what about the size of the food plot? Let's talk about this.
You want to know what you're wanting to do with it. This food plot you can do either or. I can, rifle, muzzleloader, or bow hunt, depending on the exact location of my stand. Down in this bottom right here, it kind of bottlenecks down. It's a good spot for deer to come out earlier. They still feel, in good cover, but I can shoot all the way across it. And then when it widens up out here, we'll have a stand up here where you can see all the way down it when it gets into early muzzleloader season and early rifle season. And the food plot mix that we're putting out here is perfect for that, because it's a summertime blend. But you know how it is in Georgia. I mean, you can just about hunting shorts on opening day of rifle season.
Absolutely.
One this size is more, it'll bring deer to it, but it's providing a lot of nutrition for all the deer around here. It's not just an attractor.
Right. Now, as Travis and I discuss this, you're going to have many, many questions, and I'm going to direct you to whitetailedinstitute.com and their 800 numbers. They have DVDs they can send you free samples of seed, and they have a live guy there that can answer your questions. You can have a chat with him, talk about the size of the food plot and all those things to make it work for you. It's a lot of work. It will pay off if you do it right, and a great source of information is whitetailedinstitute.com.
While Travis and the gang are working on their food plot, O'Neill has another suggestion to make the most of your whitetail season.
Did you harvest a few whitetails this year? We did. Travis did, Cody did, I did. Here's the best way to store the venison in packages that are right for you, and then I have a great recipe at the end of the show. I've made a bag using Game Saver with a plastic roll. I've made a bag just right for this size. So I put two venison steaks in the bag. Now, I open the Game Saver, put it right here, just like that, close it, vacuum seal it. See the vacuum seal going on? Now it's sealing the top of the bag. Its vacuum has been drawn on the bag. Now it's being sealed, and as soon as that little light goes off, I can cut the bag and open it, and there are my venison steaks, just for me and Gail. Put them in the freezer, and it'll last for months and months without any freezer burn. Cool. A big part of the operation about putting in a food plot is deciding what kind of seed to plant. And where do you find that out? Well, this showed up in the garage this morning. Why don't you tell us about it? You ordered it.
Well, we ordered this stuff for a couple of different reasons, but me and all the other goobers sat around and talked about what we were wanting. And for a food plot this size, we wanted something that's going to be able to sustain a lot of pressure. A lot of times other food plot mixes and stuff like that, they eat it down to the ground, it'll kill it.
Oh.
This stuff right here is designed for where they can eat it down and it'll keep coming back up, so there's a constant supply. Biggest thing is too, this is a spring and summer blend, but because of the, we had the normal Georgia weather here, it stays hot long enough during the deer season that this stuff will still be growing and coming up. It'll still be a good food plot here into early rifle season.
Oh, I see.
Now after that, we can go back and get some, get a winter mix from Whitetail Institute and come in and reseed this.
Okay. Now, you can determine all that if you'll go to whitetailinstitute.com, get involved in the website, and they've got all kind of charts and seeds as to what to plant when, and when to plant it in what part of the country.
Right, and because it all varies, but that's what, that's why, again, why we chose this seeds, because it will grow on into the winter time because the temperature will be high enough.
And as soon as the soil gets to be 65, you can plant, power plant, and they'll come up in how soon?
14 to 21 days is about average germination.
So that's what we'll use.
Our planting is well underway, so let's break for this week's CONUS hunting tip.
When you get into the deer stand in the morning or the afternoon, here's an idea that may help you tune into the deer to see him better. Now this is a CONUS Pro 3x9x40. The 40 is the objective lens at this end of the scope. 3x9, that's the magnification. I don't have it set on 9 when I start to look around in the woods for deer. If I see one, I put the scope up, I get him in the scope, I've got a wider field of view at 3 or 4 or 5. Then if he looks like a shooter and I want to take a good closer look, I can turn it up to 9. It's 3x9 for your benefit. It makes it a great deal more versatile. And that's your CONUS hunting tip of the week.
So, should our next car be a Camry?
Ooh, that's nice.
Or the Camry?
Ooh, the Camry.
So it came down the wire, but I decided to go with the Camry.
Over what?
The Camry. Wow.
Camry? I mean, they're both great.
For people who've owned a Camry, there's really no decision. They usually get another Camry.
Is it a Camry or a Camry? No, I'm so nervous.
Find out why people keep coming back to the Toyota Camry again and again. Now get a low 0% APR for 60 months on a new Toyota Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
This portion of O'Neill Outside is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Georgia Power, official energy partner of you. Cass Creek, you can't get more real than Cass Creek. And the Georgia Department of Economic Development. Visit exploregeorgia.org and discover the unexpected.
Now it's time to put in the seeds. We use a grain drill. It puts the seeds individually in little rows just about the right depth. Next, Travis will, with this big piece of equipment here, will fertilize it all according to the soil test and according to the recommendation on the bag of power plant. Now the emphasis here is this is a 4-acre field, pretty big operation as you can see. You can do it alone on a 10 by 20 foot plot. I've taken and seen deer in these little food plots, especially for bow hunting. Okay, but what you need to do, with this being a reminder, go to whitetailinstitute.com or telephone them at the 800 number. They will answer your questions, and the website will also make the recommendations. What to plant, when to plant, and all the steps that are necessary at whitetailinstitute.com. Putting in the food plot is only part of what we're accomplishing here. Travis and I got the property late. We're trying to attract deer into the property. We're providing a very strategic location to make the most of the deer hunt. We've soil tested, we've plowed, we've seeded, we've fertilized, and now we just have to wait for the rain. But there's more to the food plot and it's being here to make the most out of it. One of those things is, where are the deer going to come in? Well, you're going to have to get out here and walk around and find out. Now, for instance, right here, there's a game trail that goes right down into a low spot that's wet down there. There's a lake in that direction, and there's a swamp and lowland over in that direction. Walk the property, understand where the deer are likely to come out. They will continue to move in the same places. Put your stands and your trail cams there. No sense putting it out where there's no indication that the deer travel. Put stands to hunt in the afternoon with the sun behind you. Stands to hunt in the morning with the sun behind you. Obviously, that'd be in a different direction. And the way at the end down there of the 4 acres is a small area, great place for a bow stand. After you've decided that, after you've walked it, after you've put the trail cams out, after you've built all this confidence and you've done everything just right, then before the season begins, get out of here. Don't come in here for a couple of 3 weeks before opening day, and keep everybody else out too if you can. Keep the human scent down. You'll be making the most out of all your efforts.
Installing this food plot has demonstrated how outdoorsmen often work together for a common goal. O'Neill has another example, this time involving Georgia Power lakes and recreation areas.
I'm fortunate today to be at Blanton Creek Park on Lake Harding. It's in West Georgia. It's a lake that's managed by Georgia Power. They have, well, in that role, there's scientists, biologists, fisheries people, and they keep the lake looking like this. And we're fortunate about that. I'm a day user, really. I don't own property here, but I have fished here many days, and it works out very well. But beyond the scientists that Georgia Power people have, or are, there's many things that you and I can do as day users and property owners too. As a day user, I can take my trash with me. I want to leave it better than when I found it. As a landowner, with my lawn, I can use buffers to filter out what runs into the lake. It eliminates bank erosion. It adds wildlife, if you will, the insects, the overhang. It cools the water down. As a landowner too, or property owner, I might give a little bit more of attention to the septic tank. Make sure it's pumped out often and maintained. Because you know something? I've been fishing these lakes in the 15 Georgia Power lakes for a long, long time. And they looked like this when I started, and they look like this now, and it's managed by you and me, the people who operate it, and the landowners who live here. And that's a pretty cool thing.
For over 30 years, I've been blessed to call the Great Outdoors my office. And you know, I've seen tons of products come and go, but only a handful have impacted the way I hunt, like my Thermacell mosquito repellent. Thermacell creates a 15 by 15 foot zone of protection from mosquitoes, black flies, and other flying insects. But most importantly, Thermacell doesn't spook my game. Now I can concentrate on the hunt and not the bugs. Thermacell's a game changer that's revolutionized the way I hunt.
For precision shooting, O'Neill relies on Konus scopes. The Konus Pro 550 long range and the 275 black powder scopes have a ballistic reticle and are calibrated with the most popular centerfire and black powder loads. Plus, lateral points compensate for crosswinds. Konus Pro scopes are famous for the durable engraved reticle system and the Konus lifetime replacement warranty. Konus Pro 550s and 275s. Shoot like a pro. Konus, what's your game?
This is the Aerolite, our newest premium power belt bullet. Designed for maximum performance at moderate velocities, they're perfect for standard loads at any distance or magnum loads at long distance. The 250 grain PowerBelt Aerolite, just one of over 40 different power belts. To find out which one's best for your gun, game, load, and distance, go to PowerBeltBullets.com. PowerBelt, America's #1 muzzleloading bullet.
Hey neighbor, heard you took another Big 10 point on your place.
Yep, got him coming to Upper Food Plot.
Dang, we both plant fields, but you've got the deer. What's your secret?
I plant Whitetail Institute products. Couldn't say.
The Whitetail Institute of North America. Research equals results.
O'Neill here to tell you about the Grill Grate. It's a new cooking surface for all grills, and you need one. Grill Grate panels sit on top of your grill. The bottom prevents charring flare-ups, while the valleys keep your juices sizzling and it never rusts. Grill Grate's perfect for fish, hamburgers, and steak. Nothing sticks. The Grate tool is amazing. 4 years in a row, the World Championship Steak Cook-Off was won using Grill Grates. Take it from O'Neill, the Grill Grate really works.
There's more O'Neill Outside coming up. But first, let's thank our sponsors. Kona Scopes and Spotting Scopes. What's your game? Grill Grate. Better grilling by design. The Food Saver Game Saver Vacuum Sealing System. The Whitetail Institute of North America. Research equals results. And Thermacell. Take back the outdoors. Now, let's join O'Neill for this week's outdoor cooking recipe.
Here's an interesting idea I know you will want to try on your Big Green Egg. Wild boar sausage and ground beef sliders. Wild boar sausage and ground beef. And here they are right here. And you'll put it together right there in a great little accessory right here that really makes it easy to put them on the Big Green Egg all at once. Now, Cosmic Cow. Can you remember that? It's unusual enough for you to do so. Cosmic Cow, and we'll use it 400 degrees on the Big Green Egg. Some of them, more is better. Okay, here we go. Close it up. It won't take long. And I'll turn them over in a second. Well, 3 minutes at 400. Give them a turn. And 3 minutes at 400. Wild boar sausage sliders on the Big Green Egg, topped off with the Cosmic Cow. Want the recipe? Get it at O'NeillOutside.com, BigGreenEgg.com outdoors. Big Green Egg, the ultimate cooking experience. Time for the CVA guest book this week from Cole Chesser in Palatka, Florida. He'd like to know, does human urine scare away deer? Cole, any foreign smell in the woods when the season begins puts the deer on alert. Now, I think sometimes we give too much credit. They don't say, ooh, deer season started. I bet there's a guy next to a stand and he just peed. No, but it's foreign. It puts them on alert. They'll go in a different direction. Remember, the woods is their playhouse. There aren't any highways, there aren't any sidewalks. They can go wherever they want to go, that they feel safer than the other direction. Does it scare away deer? It puts them on alert. If you'd like to win a CVA muzzleloader, go to O'NeillOutside.com. If you use your comment on the air, CVA will send you the muzzleloader and you'll enjoy it. What do you say, let's go fishing? We'll go to St. Simon's Island. We'll stay in the fabulous Ocean Lodge Motel. We'll fish with my friend Mark Noble. We'll stay a couple of days and we'll shoot an O'Neill Outside episode. Want to enter? I bet you do. Go to the XGO Facebook page or my site right there on the home page and enter as often as you like. I hope you're encouraged enough now to know about how to put in a food plot. It really is worthwhile, and you can go to whitetailinstitute.com, their website, and learn all about it. Now, before I leave you today, one of the very favorite characters I've read about in the mountain men era, middle 1800s, and the man's name was John Johnston. He was called the Crow Killer. He was called Liver Eating Johnson, and he is true. The stories about him are true. And CVA has depicted a scene that was set up in the book, and you will enjoy it. It's a commercial, I'm here to tell you, but it's so well done. If you know anything about John Johnston, the liver eater, then you'll watch this and enjoy it.
I, Jackknife Jed, being of sound mind and broken legs, do leaveth my barred rifle to the next thing that finds it. It is the most accurate rifle in this here country. Ain't never rusted a lick, and it killed the bar that killed me. Anyway, I am dead. Yours truly, Jackknife Jed.